Ko tarawera tōku maunga, ko te Arawa te waka, ko Ngāti Rangatihi te iwi, ko Ryan Gray tōku ingoa. Tēnā koutou katoa, I'm Ryan Gray, and I might be a bit biased, but I reckon you should vote for me at this year's local body elections. It's time for level heads and sensible solutions to help make Rotorua the best it can be. For Rotorua, New Zealand, these are the best of times and the worst of times. We need to recognise the constraints and issues that people are facing, but we also need to act wisely for the betterment of all. We need to look for ways to grow our district's economy and deliver benefits for you, for all. You may know me from my years at Otonga Primary School, in Kuia Morrison's class at Rotorua Intermediate, or at Rotorua. I went on to managerial positions in multinational hotel companies working both here in New Zealand and offshore, and I've also worked in senior advisory positions within government. My work experience has given me a unique set of skills to understand the needs of business and also put government to work for you, the people. I was motivated to stand for election as I believe Rotorua is a great city with a great future, but if we don't have level-headed people making good decisions for the future, we might miss out on a great future for all. I want my son to grow up in a city where he has access to the same opportunities and better than I had. You've no doubt heard a lot of blame and finger pointing around town by people about who's responsible for the emergency housing situation we're currently facing. You know what, it's good and all to look for people to blame, but ultimately what we really need is to rise above petty politics and actually get together and get things done. It's time for level heads and sensible solutions to help make Rotorua the best it can be. My plan is simple. Let's invest in enabling infrastructure to build more homes, cut red tape, partner with developers, land developers and property experts to simply get more homes built. The best way to end the emergency housing situation is to ensure there's no need for it in the first place. And how do we do that? We build homes. Pretty simple, right? Friday's Daily Post had an article on one of my ideas about how we can build more homes and make sure there's houses for people in need. I'm going to put some updates on my Facebook, so you should check that out. That's facebook.com/RyanGrayRotorua. One of the things we were asked to do here today is to ask about, give our views on Te Arawa's 2050 vision and how that could be integrated with the long-term plan. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to Te Arawa for having the vision, the foresight to actually look so far into the future. Too often, especially in councils, it's 3 years that you're in for, and it seems like some decisions are made as to what's actually going to get you elected in 3 years' time instead of what's for the long-term good of our community. So Te Arawa, or Council should take the Te Arawa vision as inspiration to develop long-term plans which enable Rotorua to be the best it can be. I've heard some people down Koutu Way refer to mokopuna decisions, and that's ensuring the decisions we make today are going to have long-term positive impacts for the benefit of our beautiful city. And how do we do this? We need to acknowledge the mana whenua of Te Arawa and actually work together for the better of all. We've also been asked to talk about the importance of Māori-owned business. And in my mind, it almost goes without saying. There's dignity in work, a decent day's work. Former Prime Minister Norm Kirk said, all Kiwis want is someone to love, somewhere to live, somewhere to work, and something to hope for. Owning your own business, being your own boss, contributing to your community through offering solutions and employment is of utmost importance in our community. But in order to do this, we need to be able to actually hear. So ensuring we're a safe place to be where people want to come is going to be what we need to actually allow those businesses to succeed in the first place. This is where council can make a difference with the right people at the table. We have many opportunities to grow tourism. We could look at providing greater support to council organisations to attract new events, new industries, and to play to our region's strength. For example, we have a massive forestry in Rotorua, and there's a lot of waste that comes with that. Scion, our local government research agency, has actually developed some ideas on how we can create biofuels from that wood waste. This is something that could attract millions of dollars of investment and create jobs for our people long to the future. Playing to our district strength is key. If there's a few issues around town that people have been talking about. Number one is the latest one has been reserves. I think we simply need to listen to the communities. If communities are happy with some of the reserves to be turned into housing, we should do that. But for those that don't, we shouldn't. It's really simple. We've got 20 seconds to go. I'm Ryan Gray. I really would appreciate if you could vote for me at this year's local body election. It's time for level heads and sensible solutions to help make Rotorua the absolute best city it can be. Thank you for your time. Cheers.